Right.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What's going down, y'all? What is going down? Welcome back to Pizza in the Break Room, episode 152.
It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah. We got Couture J, we got the homie T the Hot Shot, and today we got a very special guest, Dion Walcott.
Peace, y'all. Thanks for having me at the show.
Oh, thank you for taking the time.
Yes, exactly.
Of course.
Thank you for taking the time, for sure.
We always talk about, Fitz and I, just people, the responsibility that we have at times when people want to come in and sit in a chair or talk to us, right? Like we have to be responsible for these things.
No,
right?
man. I mean, I've been seeing what y'all been doing, and the messaging is just tight. Like the way that you guys put things together. Like, shout out to y'all, man. You're doing some good work.
We appreciate it. We try. We try. We don't know how it's received, but when we hear the positive feedback, we're like, all right.
No, you're not trying. You're doing, man. We gotta stop saying trying.
Yes.
There is no try.
Yes, we doing.
Right?
Yeah, you're doing. You're doing.
Do or do not. You don't watch enough Star Wars for that.
No, I don't know. No? I thought that was Albert Einstein.
Sounds the same. Right?
I thought that was Albert Einstein.
Mr. Walcott, we were just talking about Toronto in general, that you kind of are situated outside of Toronto now, and every now and then you come back to Toronto. Feels a little bit different. I was just talking to you. I've moved back to Toronto recently.
Okay.
Feels a little bit different. What is it that these days, when you're in Toronto, that fancies you, sir? What is it that you like to do in Toronto now?
You know, to be honest with you, I just like driving, like because.
Ooh.
Like
What?
For me, like right now I live in Detroit.
Right.
Okay.
Detroit's one of the is the blackest city in America. And
Really?
yeah, it's the black. Like, people mix Atlanta and Detroit. Atlanta has the most black wealth. Detroit has the most black people.
Wow.
So like for me, growing up in Toronto, seeing all the different cultures.
Right.
When I go back to Detroit in a few days, like I could go 7 days and not see any other color but black.
Really?
Easily.
That sounds crazy.
Right. So when I come home, like as soon as I get across the border to Windsor,
Right.
there's a Filipino, there's a Chinese, there's an Indian, and I'm like, damn, I forgot what it looks like to see like a melting pot of people
Wow.
all living together. And like the culture, you go out to a party, like we did some work with Scratch recently, and you're at a Soca Fete, you're at whatever party it is, and it's so mixed up, but everyone knows the culture.
Yes.
So I really enjoy that because that's where I'm from. And being in an all-black city like Detroit, nothing's wrong with Detroit. It's just that like I didn't grow in Detroit.
Right.
I grew in Toronto. So for me, I'm kind of spoiled in the sense of like, I want to see culture. Like there's a joke I always say, it's like, you can't eat pilau every day. Right? Right? You can't eat pilau
Depends
every
on
day.
who you ask.
Right. But for me, I can't eat pilau every day.
Yeah.
Like I need to be able to taste something different. But Detroit doesn't have the same amount of diversity, culture, but it has a very rich black culture. So I'm blessed to be able to understand what a black culture is in America. But the first thing when I come to Toronto, I'm just like, this is dope to see all this different culture living as one.
Diversify your bonds.
For sure.
Black culture.
Like super black. Like
Well, tell us about this. What does that mean?
For me, it's like when I grew up as like black culture being Caribbean culture.
Right.
Okay.
Right? So Trinidad, Jamaican, Guyanese, it's black culture. In Detroit, it's like born, raised, you only know Detroit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And like your great-grandmother, your grandmother, all the way down the line is only black, and they only are from Detroit. So for me, it's like, I don't even know what that means. They're like, you only know Detroit? Like, Canada's secondary to me.
Right.
My parents knew Canada second. Where they only know Detroit as everything. So that's like super black in my eyes, because it's like, you've never seen a Filipino as a neighbor.
Right.
Right? You've only seen another Detroit black as your neighbor through your whole bloodline.
Yeah.
Right?
I experienced that once. When I initially experienced that, I was in Milwaukee. I used to spend my summers in Milwaukee with my
Midwest.
cousins.
Yeah, Midwest.
Right?
I'm familiar with Milwaukee too.
So when I'm out there, I used to spend my summers there, and I met a girl, and she brought me to go hang out with her family. They had a picnic, like a family barbecue.
It's what they call a cookout?
Cookout.
Okay, just
right. So at this time, it's like 93,
Yeah.
94. Biggie Smalls album just came out. They're playing some Biggie, and everybody's dancing. The young people, the old people, they're all dancing to it. To me, that was mind-blowing because you put on Biggie Smalls. If I go back home now and put on Biggie Smalls,
Back home is in Toronto?
as in Toronto,
Right.
none of the parents are going to be dancing to it. The parents are dancing to Caribbean music.
Right.
Right.
But then I realized, like, yo, I'm in America. Like, this is their music.
This is their culture.
This is their culture.
Right.
So that was the first time that ever, like
Yeah, like for
clicked to
them,
me.
like that's
Biggie's their culture. Like hip hop, rap is their thing. Like,
that's the foundation of what they know.
Right.
yes,
That was secondary, even maybe even third to us.
to us. Yeah.
Right?
And we listened to it because we loved it.
Right.
But they listen to it because
that's what they know.
that's what they know.
Well, this is,
And what he's rapping about is their reality.
yes.
To us, that was entertainment. He's telling a story that, like, oh, it registers, man. Like, oh, that's that guy. For us, until I started doing more work in the U.S., I was like, oh, wow, this is your real story that you
Right.
guys live every day.
It's funny. This is fascinating to me because you and I were talking the other day. I had a colleague from the South,
Right.
right? And he was up here and he was so fascinated by Caribana. And he was so fascinated, just with the thought of, he hadn't gone yet. He was just, what do you mean this is how it is here, right?
Right.
And he was just so speaking to me about the culture and why is there so many Caribbean here and this and that. And then he said this one line that just changed my perspective. He said, 2 or 3 generations back, I don't know anything else.
There you go.
Well, exactly what you're telling me right now,
There you
right?
go.
And I'm sitting there going, well, I can do this and blah. And I know back a couple of generations here, and it truly became a Canada versus U.S. thing, and it changes the whole way. This is like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Changed the whole way I thought about
The
even
US.
race relations, just racism in general.
Everything. Like, because, like,
This is across the border. Detroit's across the border.
it
you know
is,
what
but
I'm
like,
saying?
and it's so crazy, Detroit specifically,
Yeah.
because it's a border city.
Yeah, right.
Like Windsor's right here,
Yes.
Detroit's right here. Then there's a border that separates the two. But as soon as you go over to Windsor, it's like completely different. And someone who's living in Windsor, you come to Detroit, you're like, yo, like I've never, like
Never seen this.
literally you could be in Detroit for like an hour and only see black people. As soon as you get in,
Yeah.
and you're just like, okay, you go in a restaurant, it's all black service.
Yeah.
So it's just like your mind's blown because you're like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I mean? So the U.S. is a different ballgame.
It is.
Well, shoot. First thing on my list here is Detroit and Toronto, Toronto culture. Way to go, guys.
But the truth is like these days, one of the things that I really would love to see is more Detroiters come to Toronto and Toronto come to Detroit.
Detroit, okay.
Just because of the way that Detroit is rebranding it, rebuilding the city, it's resembling Toronto in like the 90s.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? So like you'll come to Detroit right now, you'd be like, yo, Detroit's a dope city because it's what we know
Resonates.
in the 90s. Right? Like they still play only slow songs on Sunday.
Let's go.
You're not hearing no hard music on Sunday.
For real.
No
You know what I
hard.
mean? No hard music on Sunday. Only soft music.
Yeah.
Right? A man's driving his whip, listening to slow songs on a Sunday.
Right.
Regular.
Loud.
Loud.
Top down guy.
Top down. Right.
Yeah.
You'll never see that here.
Yeah.
Right? So it's interesting for me is to be there right now because I'm like, oh, wow, you guys are really doing what Toronto was doing almost 30, 40 years ago. But we're in 2026.
What's driving that?
I mean, they've been able to retain their culture. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah.
But I also think Toronto's a really, really good benchmark of how to do things. And it's so close. Toronto's done a really good job of branding the city. There's a reason why people are like, yo, Toronto's the best city in the summertime because of how they've been able to do what they do. So I feel like they're taking bits and pieces from like mega cities, but holding on to it for themselves as well.
When you come back to Toronto, what's the first place that you got to go to?
Oh man, it's gonna sound terrible, bro. It used to be, but still is, Tim Hortons.
Timmy's.
Yeah, Timmy's.
My son had the same question. My son had the same answer. I asked somebody else that, and Timmy.
Yeah, Tim Hortons.
Timmy's does it, huh?
Yeah, Timmy's, because it's just like they don't have
it there.
They just don't have it.
And what's the order?
Yeah, let's hear that.
It used to be Dutchies. There's a donut Dutchie.
Dutchie, yeah.
Or I just get Timbits, you know, and then I'm like, all right,
you're
I'm
good.
Home. Yeah,
you're home.
Now I'm home.
I'm home.
So now,
literally, as soon as I cross the border, it's the first thing I'm getting.
So when you head across to back over to the border now to Detroit, what's the first thing you're touching?
My house, because if I had to take something to eat, like if there's like a savory something, boy, I don't even know. It'd be hard to say, because I feel like when I come from Toronto to go back, I get everything I need here.
Right. And bring it with you.
Yeah, like I'm anxious to just be in my house.
Ketchup chips, all dressed chips.
Yeah. Like I'm bringing everything
Smarties,
with me.
everything.
Yeah. There's no one thing in Detroit where I'm like.
Okay, I'm gonna restructure this question because Detroit deserves this.
Okay.
If I come to Detroit with you and I say, I want to taste the Detroit, where are you bringing me?
That's a tough question, man. I'll probably take you to, there's a place called Sweetwater's.
Sweetwater's?
For wings.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like staple. If you don't go to Detroit, if you go to Detroit and you don't have Sweetwater, they'll be like, yo, that guy didn't take you to Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's the real, like, they don't do it by this. Let me get 6. It's like, you want 2 baskets or 1? They don't do small portions. You know what I mean? So, like, you're going to eat real wings, and you're going to be boss. And you're going to be like, yo, this is a lot of food for a little money. Right? So it's one of those
like
ones,
that.
you know?
Hole in the wall, but it's the best hole in the wall
But
ever,
everybody
right?
passes through it.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Those are the spots, yo.
Yeah.
Those are the
sure.
spots.
Yeah, Sweetwater for sure.
Sweetwater. Now we know. Now we know. Were you here for Caribana?
I was.
Yeah?
I was.
What's your Caribana experience like? Or what's your Caribana experience like now? And then we're going to ask about your best and most favorite Caribana experience.
I thought this year, like, I went down to the parade, and I was impressed because I felt like, for me, watching the next generation, I felt like they're really taking the torch now. And they're, like, doing it the way it's supposed to be done in some sense. Like, they're enjoying themselves. There's no recklessness that I've seen, at least. And they have their own taste and tone to it. And I was the guy who was drinking rum on the side and just paying attention. Oh, this is cool seeing young people do it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool. I thought, there's always a challenge with like the route and the bandit, some shit all the time. Right?
Yeah.
But from a cultural standpoint, I thought it was cool to see the younger generation take it on.
I didn't even put into perspective the fact that it is a younger generation handling it right now.
Yeah, it's them. It's their turn.
And you got to respect it and appreciate it because it could have been lost.
That's true. What I'm trying to say.
It could have been lost, but I guess the parents or whoever did their due diligence of making sure that these
kids are
thing was passed down and appreciated by the young enough for them to want to say, yeah, I'm doing it.
And the thing that was also like interesting is that like there's a Trini Russian, like on the road, and they know the culture so well, even though it's all mashed up. I thought that was amazing because like even if you see it in Brooklyn, you're not seeing that.
Right.
You see like a mashup of a Trini Jamaican or a Filipino Trini, and they're all together and they know the game. Whereas when you're on Eastern Parkway, it's like everyone's from New York. Like it's a black thing. Here it was cool to see like the mix-up still having the same energy we would have had when we were doing it. Right? Even though that it's a blended culture now. I thought that was dope too.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And your favorite Caribana memory, sir? You got
this year?
This year?
Ever?
Ever. Without getting, without either dating,
I can't tell you.
without ever dating yourself or getting yourself in too much trouble. What do we got? What do you remember of Caribana back in the day?
You know what? Because I grew up in Parkdale, so for me, like for me, Caribana was like my backyard.
Oh my God!
So I didn't look at it like, oh, it's Caribana. What was the club that was Ontario place that had the revolving floor? I can't remember what it's called.
Atlantis.
Yeah, that would be. It wouldn't be even Caribana, it'd be Atlantis. And just you know, those days you're looking for girls and you have the Americans and you shoot your shot. You know, like, it was always Atlantis, where it was like, you put on my clothes and go up the street and see what's going on.
The Atlantis tournament, shoot your shot.
Yeah. Right. But it was never the road, because I looked at the road as problems when I was young. Right? Because all the people in my area, they're going down there to cause problems. They're not going down there to have a good time. So it was more the nighttime when it was Atlantis where I was like, okay.
Atlantis was a nice time.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't really grow up with like Caribana being like, yo, let's go down there and go on the road.
It's true. I feel the same way still. Yeah. Like it was a thing, but it wasn't like
It wasn't like I wasn't thinking about putting on a costume.
For real. Yeah.
My friends were going down there to look for trouble.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I was older I started to think about, yo, would I play mass? Right? So I didn't start thinking about playing mass until my late 20s, early 30s.
And you've played mass now?
Not here in Trinidad.
Okay.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, plenty times.
Good times?
Best times of my life.
That's nice,
for sure.
You got to do it, man.
Yeah. I think I have one more left in me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I turned 50 in 2028.
There you go.
And then I think that's it. One more time. Then I'm done.
That's dope.
But yeah, you have to do mass once in your life. In Trinidad, if you can.
It's going to have to be soon.
You have to train though. It's not a recreation sport. It's
for the day.
It's professional. You have to go do your hot yoga. You know, you drink tonight, hot yoga tomorrow.
So I got to practice my drinking as well.
Yeah. It's an exercise. It's an exercise, man. It really is an exercise. Like, people think it's funny. I'm not saying you have to be in the best shape, 6-pack. People worry about the wrong things.
You got to be ready.
Right?
You worry about the wrong thing.
Like, you got to be in shape, big chest, 6-pack. Forget all of that. You have to be able to have endurance for 4 to 5 days of just drinking.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all the other stuff, looking hot, no one cares.
Yeah. You just got to be able to survive it.
Right, because Monday you're gonna be dehydrated anyway. Your body's gonna look fine. Right? it's two 8-hour shifts of partying straight. So all the people worry about this and that doesn't make sense. Right? You just need the endurance to party. But
you got to wake up the next morning.
Wake up the next morning.
Because remember, we went out and then we did a stinking dutty.
There you go. See?
I got 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. my alarms ringing, and I think I got into bed maybe like 11 just to catch a quick nap. Right? And I had to get up at 2.
Yeah. The best experience ever. Yeah. Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. The best party ever in my life, breakfast fit. Starts at 6 a.m., finish at 12. Best party in my life ever. And I've done a lot of partying.
Starts at 6 a.m. and finishes at noon.
Yep.
Now that's a party.
Bro.
And it's a good party.
Great party.
Yo.
Like, you'll wake up at 7 at night, and you're going to be like, yo, last night was crazy. And you're going to be like, yo, it wasn't even last night.
And you wake up and you're ready to go again. It was just somebody saying, we got to go to the party right now, yo.
Wasn't even last night. That was this morning.
Wow.
Trust me, like, when you have those moments, you're like, yo, this is different. And you're coming home at noon and you're drunk.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, let me take a 5. Next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock. Yeah. Whoever you're moving with is like, yo, we have to be at the party by 9.
Shots in your face, yo.
And you're just like, okay. It's a different level. That's what I mean. Like, the endurance, don't worry about all the 6-pack, this, that. Forget all that.
Just make sure you're able to stay up. Stay conscious.
There you go.
Drink your water, man.
Drink your water. Hydrate. Electrolytes. Whatever works for you, do that. I see you're processing, man.
No, yeah. I'm thinking right now, I wouldn't mind going to Trinidad for Carnival. Also, I wouldn't mind climbing Kilimanjaro. I just don't think I'm able to manage either of the two.
But you never know, man.
You're a sports guy, man. What do you mean, bro?
Yo, soca music used to come on, and that would be when I'd walk off the dance floor. All right, time to go for a smoke. No, I don't have time for this stuff. What do you mean? No, I'm not. And now I'm in the middle of the dance floor. As soon as the soca, I'm the first man jumping, doing backflips and shit, yo. I'm here. You never know, because you'd never have guessed 20 years ago.
It's different as you get older too, because like you pick your spots. It's like playing ball. You know what I mean? Like, you're playing against these young youths. You're like, okay, we're down 7, and then you look at each other and you're like, yo, time to go for a run. You go for a run. Then you win the game and you easy for a little bit. And you go for another run. Like, that's how Carnival is. Like, you just have to pick your spots.
Tournament weekend.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Pick your spots.
That is crazy.
But it's a good time, man.
All right, you talked about basketball. I can't believe I'm still asking this question. This is about 5 weeks straight on this goddamn show that I've asked the question. All right? What do you think about this Kawhi Leonard goddamn Toronto Raptors situation, sir?
I mean, I haven't dived all the way into it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
When I first heard about it, I was like, they're running him back. He sold us out a little bit the first time. But then I was just like, you know what? They're getting the injured Kawhi Leonard. Like, I don't know if he has a full season in him, but guy could still hoop. He could still hoop. You could build something around him. They could do a little something. I just don't know what he did wrong and how it's not going. Because it didn't go through the deal, right?
Not yet.
Right.
Everything's on there. Under investigation.
Right. But I think it's good. Like, it's good for the team, good for the city. I mean, me personally, I don't really rate him for now wanting to circle back because we could have ran it back the last time. Right. We might have even won again.
We won a couple straight. Yo.
Yeah, because that team that they had was a nice squad.
Yeah, incredible squad.
You know, sure. But now it's like you're getting not washed up, but like he's not at his prime.
7 years ago, man.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's performing at the best he's performed in many, many years. Like his numbers wise.
Yeah.
But I do have to feel the same way as you in regards to like, yo, you left me when I wanted you. And now when not nice out there, you want to come back.
Yeah. And of course
he's good for the team. He's good for the team.
There's some feelings.
Too much feelings, man.
Some feelings. Now, at the same time, like what he showed at All-Star, this All-Star that passed, I was like, he could still go. Right? Like,
that's right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he went up the place. I was like, okay.
He was the man amongst men.
And you could see, it wasn't like he's having a good game.
No, he was.
It was more like, yo, I'm going to show you guys like I'm nice.
Yeah, just so you know.
Yeah,
yes,
like,
that's
you know
right.
Yeah, like
I forgot about All-Star.
Yeah, that's when I said, wow, he could still go.
I forgot about All-Star.
Yeah. He played his 65 games last year, whatever you got. He did his thing. He played last year.
It's just when he went to an elite level, I was like, oh, wow, like you decided, yo, no one on this All-Star court could touch me. And he just went off. And I was like, so you still got it. Sometimes I think Kawhi, like, he's so smart because he can play dumb. Like, oh, I just don't want to play. Because he has that in him. But you have to motivate him to be like, yo, what are we doing here? And I think Toronto, what he's going through right now, arrested Kawhi is a good Kawhi.
See?
But I'm with you. Like, you dash us away when we want you. So you can't really get through so easy, but you can't lie. If he comes, he starts wetting up the place, you're going to be like...
I'm like, yeah, all right. Okay, my mom likes it. My mom likes it. Sorry, all right, come.
I can work with you, right?
You got to let it go, man. You got to let it go.
But what about DeRozan, though? I heard some rumors that they've been trying to... Would you accept him to come back, or?
I personally...
No?
Wouldn't like him back.
Oh, wow.
Same with Kawhi and DeRozan. Now, the only way I take these two guys back is if they do like a Drake-inspired apology party. You know, like when Drake did a party to apologize to the Janices?
Right.
If these two guys have their I'm sorry to Toronto party.
Shut the fuck up.
That's how I feel.
Shut the fuck up.
DeRozan had his appearance in the I Hate Canada video.
Oh, wow.
They're not like us?
Oh, yes, that's right. That's a thing.
That's
an insult. That's insult.
Yeah, that's Canada is not like us. It wasn't like he's not like me. It's they not like us.
Yeah, that was I lived through that in the US. That was a tough summer.
Oh yeah, you were out there.
Yeah,
tell us about this. Expand and elaborate on that.
Oh, I mean, like
everybody was just not like us and you because you're Canadian.
That song was getting rinsed, like just run it again, and you're like, okay, you know what I mean? And it was. I remember my homie Martk'd, shout out to him, and I came to Toronto for Caribana that year, and someone did a remix about. You're absolutely correct. Toronto's not like you. Like, we're nicer than you. And that was the first time I heard that. Because I was just getting licks the whole time in the U.S. Because, like, yo, that would play everywhere.
Right. Everywhere.
And I'd be with, like, my homies that I work with, and they'd be singing it. And they know I'm from Toronto. Right? But you're outnumbered. What are you going to do? You know, you can't even take on the argument. You're just like... All right. I'm not listening to the song, but I'm not going out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right? You're just sitting there like, And then every now and then they'll be like, you know, he done Drake, right? And I'll be like, what am I really gonna say? There's like 5,000 of you and me won.
Right. On your home turf.
Yeah, on your in the US. I'll just say nothing and be like, that's how you feel, man? Okay, cool.
Wicked.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And they, oh, you're being politically correct. You know he's nice. And I'm like, I didn't say he's nice, I didn't say he's not nice. But if Drake decides to rap, it's a different story.
So what are you telling them now?
Oh, but now I don't say much.
You don't have nothing to say.
There's
now.
nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Who's playing on the radio?
Yeah.
Right? Like, who's playing on the radio? Like, you walk in the barbershop, you guys are like, oh, okay. Right. What happened to that? You know what I mean? Right?
Beep, beep, beep,
Right? There's nothing to say. It is. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Drake represented on that. That's good to say.
The beep, beep. That was a nice one.
Drizzy. No, but yeah, Kawhi, I like him. I like him. I think he's awesome. But I
don't think he's awesome.
No, he's awesome. But I need an apology.
Right.
DeMar needs an apology.
I used to really like you until I saw you in that video. I just need an apology.
Right.
And then let's run it.
And then we can go back to playing
Then we
basketball.
can go play some ball.
Yeah, that's
all.
right.
I need an apology.
That's right.
And you're good?
No, I'm good.
What if they don't apologize?
They can.
Are we still going to win?
Yeah, but I won't be like in the rest. I'll be like, yo, bring Pascal.
Don't even get into that shit.
Right.
Okay. It says here, Dion, sir, that you are the founder of a company or initiative called Martk'd.
Correct.
Pronounce it for me, please.
Marked, as in like you marked a great test.
Okay.
He was ready for that, eh?
Yeah.
You know,
I get asked that all the time.
Yeah?
People are always like, how do you say that actually? Right? So it's like, it's a normal thing for people.
Because it's Martk'd.
Yeah, so in the middle, I just remove the word. I put art in the middle of marked. The reason behind that
I
is
see
like,
what you did.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. Because, and this is kind of like the real reason behind like the storytelling of the, just the word itself. When I was in school, like early out, like grade school, I wouldn't say I was a troublemaker, but I was put in a smaller class because I was causing trouble. But now as I'm much older, the reason I was causing trouble is because I couldn't learn in a bigger environment. So when I got into a smaller environment, learning was easy for me, right? But then when I went to high school, they tried to, I mean, you guys will know this, but they tried to put me in a basic class because of the small class setting. But then when I was playing ball, I couldn't do what I wanted to do with basic credits. So then sports made me take advanced, right? So like, then that pushed me to like want to learn at an advanced level, but it wasn't necessarily an advanced level.
Right.
It was that the system marked me as a troublemaker, so I should be basic. Right.
Yeah.
Now, in all the things that I've done, a lot of creatives that I work with have the same story because their brains wire differently.
Yeah.
So I always said, you know, it's an art to be able to unmark yourself.
Let's go.
So you can actually figure out how to navigate in the system. Because like, if you don't, you'll just follow the system that's not made for us. Right? Because the reality is like, there's nothing wrong with the system. It's just the system that we're all kind of conditioned to follow wasn't made for people of color or people who are creative. So it's an actual art to remove the marks that we have. That's why I call it marked.
Fantastic, bro. That's brilliant.
That's better than how I was going to explain it. That's for sure.
I like to explain it because
Yeah.
some people are like, oh, wow, should I, like, just cool word in the middle, but it's a
Right.
much deeper meaning.
There's a story to it. There's something behind it.
Yeah.
So what actually started this movement for you?
So my first career, I used to work for a program called Pathways to Education.
Okay.
It's kind of a social work kind of program. I was the guy wearing sneakers all the time. And I'm giving you guys the fast forward story. But when I was doing the work, I realized that sneakers was a language, not just an item that you put on your feet. So the so-called troublemakers, why I could relate to them is a lot of times me and them would have the same sneakers on. So we would be able to break conversation because where'd you get your Jordans? Because I have the same ones. Now all of a sudden we see each other as equal. And then that's how we can start the conversation, right? So I broke into the sneaker industry through building mentorship programs.
Okay.
One thing led to another. I got recruited to work with the Bata Shoe Museum to do the first ever sneaker exhibition based on the programs that I was doing for the kids. At the Bata, the role was Director of Partnerships and Programs. And at that point, I didn't even know what that meant.
Right.
I was just like, man, I want to try something different. Long story short, I was in meetings with all these brands, and on the screen, they had them as personas. So like there's a persona that looked exactly like me and you, and they didn't know how to engage with them. And I was like, that picture that you're showing is the kid that I was with at Pathways to Education. I know how to engage with that kid. It's easy.
Right.
And all these fancy people at the table, they had no idea how to do that. So then I was just like, oh wow, like there's business, marketing, all of this stuff, and we as black people are the personas, but there's no black people at the table.
No connector.
There's no connector. And the only thing why we're not at the table is because we don't know the language of the table. So I got really, like passionate and interested in like, okay, so hold on. Like, I've always bought sneakers, but I actually never knew who was behind the board. Right? Like, and then when I start getting behind the board, there's no people of color. Right? Like all these crazy marketing campaigns, you're seeing nobody. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. So then I started getting more and more interested in being like, I want to get further away from like being a consumer and being closer to how can I be someone who makes a difference in the creative industry and bringing more black and brown people to the table. Because a lot of times they don't even understand what jobs are available. Right? Because that's part of the language. Versus like, yo, you're gonna go get the new Jordans for back to school, and it's like, no, I heard that too much times in my life. So that's how I started getting really passionate. That's how Martk'd started.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah, man.
So sneakers still a passion for you, or is there a new passion now?
It's still a passion in that like I'll always be a sneaker guy in heart. But there's a new direction. I kind of think. For me now, it's about how do I build communities using sneakers as a tool, using art as a tool, and then build communities where people understand like creativity could truly be a career. Because especially as like black Canadian, black Caribbean, sometimes we don't understand it because our parents, our grandparents, whoever, they don't have the template, right? Like they don't have the template. I always say the joke of like, anywhere in the world, any Caribbean place you could go. For example, what are you doing tonight? Yeah, I gotta find a fit. You're gonna match it from head to toe. Your hat's gonna match your shoe. Something's gonna match. That's called color and material design. And we do that naturally.
Okay.
But in high school, no one ever told me about color and material design. And I was the fresh kid. Right? Like my guidance counselor never said, yo, how did you put that together?
Yeah.
Never. They'd be like, you should go work at BMO. And nothing wrong with working at BMO. But if I had known that like color and material design was a thing that I did naturally, I might have had a different path.
Could be a purchaser.
Could be a purchaser. I could be outfitting. I could do this whole backdrop. Like there's so many jobs that people don't even understand exist. And that's part of the sneaker culture, right? Like, if you have to design the backdrop of the sneaker release, you're still in the industry. You're just not a sneaker designer, right? And like, if you have a kid or your cousin, whoever, pointing them that path, and they're passionate about it, they can make a living around it. To me, that's super important. And the more we have, culture inside of the decision-making spaces, the better for us. Because we're the ones driving the culture all the time anyway, especially from the consumer side. So, these days I'm passionate about it just generally when it comes to the creative industry. I'm really trying to drive the message of like, I'm not saying traditional careers are bad, but creative careers, to me, creatives are almost now the new athletes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When we were hooping, not to age us, but you know, Mother Teresa, we were talking about it earlier. There was nobody at the game with a camera.
Right.
Nobody.
Or the camera was off to the side.
Yeah, if that, like if you were
we got
lucky,
the manager guy.
right?
Yeah.
Now you had like go to any game. There's more cameras on the floor than players.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that's to show you like creativity is now like a career besides sports. Right? Like you go to a Raptors game, that shot has to be ready before commercial.
Right.
So you want to know what? Oh, if you want it that fast, I should make $100,000. That's a real argument.
Yes.
Oh, so you want to edit it on the spot? Oh, let me show you what that looks like. Right?
Wow.
You want a 30-second video with music before the commercial's done? That's not 50 G's a year.
Right.
I'm with you the whole season. I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
I'm just not playing basketball. But I'm an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get in the lab. Like, homie that was here fresh, right? You got to be so tight because, like, the next person's coming for your job.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're hooping.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're only good as your last game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, that 30-second reel, yeah, you nice. You hit 3-4 games. You did nice. Homie's coming. If you're charging $3 bills, $250. It's cheaper. He's coming for you.
All right.
It's the exact same mentality as a sport.
That's crazy.
Right? We just don't look at it like that because we didn't grow in it like that. Like photography, videography, all of that, like they have the same work ethic as an athlete. Right? If you're an artist, you're working on your stroke. You got to get it. There's another artist coming for the position. The Raptors gave you a little piece of work. You're celebrating. Someone's vexed.
Looking for it. Yeah.
Why didn't you pick me? And they're back in their studio, getting it in.
For enough shots.
That's what I'm trying to say. Then they show the next work, and they're like, you know what? Let's give this guy a try.
Right.
Now you're like, what? Yo, I lost my work? Yo, let me get in the lab.
Yeah.
Same mentality. So that's why I started getting really passionate about it because I was like, oh, you guys just don't have a stage. But you're as competitive as I was when I was hooping. But you just don't have the guidance. So then from up and down, I started being like, okay, I have access because of my career and being around these tables. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of my calling and my duty to be able to share it, you know?
That's an interesting view. You're again changing my thought process about how to look at these things and what it takes or the impacts or just like you said as well, just giving people an opportunity to see
different things,
see it differently,
and also like just be at the table to make, like for example, like Fresh, they were mentees at a program of mine, and I seen them. I used to give them grants. And then I seen them start shooting for like rappers and doing all these things, right? So I was like, yo, you guys should come work with me. And in some sense, they were teaching me how to get things done because I never looked at their craft the way that I started to after working with them. Like why they were really good is because like they would do this right now. By tomorrow morning, you'd have your reel ready.
Good to go.
So they were like, they were killing the game. No one else was doing that at that time. Right, like you have something crisp ready for tomorrow.
Good to go.
People are still editing like 2, 3, 4 days.
I'll hit you in a couple of days.
Yeah, hit you. Meanwhile, those guys are like, yo, here, take this for $3 bills.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, oh, wow, you guys are hungry. Okay. Right? But I was really good at putting the play together. So like once I started putting the play together, I'm like, all right, so let me give you guys a little piece of the play. I'll do this, you do that. And we all eat a food. Now we just have the table, which is us.
Right.
So I'll go get Foot Locker. You do the video. You do photography. I'll set up the whole architecture. Let's rinse and repeat. And they can't tell us anything.
Now we're
and that's how we
that's
how we start building our own table. Versus, said brand. Could I get a job? No, we ain't doing that. Right? We ain't doing that. So that's why I got really, really passionate about it. Still am, as you guys can
a little bit.
Yeah.
No, but that's what gets people where they're going.
Right.
I think, right? Like you have to love what you do naturally, I guess, right?
Naturally, and just like when you have experiences and you see like the lack of us as Black people at tables, it's super motivating to be like, okay, let's get it done. Let's figure out stuff.
Do you think there's a difference between pushing or finding or defining culture and pushing or finding Black culture? Is it different?
I think there is. Yeah. I think there's pushing culture is like telling the story of what multicultural could look like and different stories of different cultures. And it's like someone who can rap and sing, Drake, right? Let's see your range. Are you only going to rap about one thing, or can you do many things? That's someone who can push a culture. Then I think there's people who can storytell about Black culture, right? Like I'm going to talk to you about someone who lives in Scarborough, and that's a specific skill set.
Right.
Not everyone could push culture, but they could push their culture, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does, for sure. I think it's interesting, right? Because I think sometimes when I talk to people, there's this responsibility to push Black culture, right? And then there's also responsibility to yourself for what you do. And sometimes you're just being yourself as a part of the culture, right?
Yeah.
And, as much as people can say that, Black culture is culture right now more than anything else, it's still separated at all times.
Of course. And
right?
I think, like one of the, like a joke I say sometimes, and I hope no one takes offense to this, is
Not
like,
here, don't worry. We'll just delete it. Yeah.
Is like, there's someone who pushes Black culture, right? That's fine. Then there's the person, the white, the Filipino, whoever, that knows exactly what jerk chicken is, right? That's pushing culture because he or she doesn't have to be Black to understand culture. That's a difference, right? Like, I want a team that can push culture because you could be white, but you know what General Tao is? Cool, let's move. Because now when we have to move, you're actually the MVP because people are going to see you as just a white person. But you're super cultured. I need you to be super cultured so we could push through. Right. The same way they see me as a Black man and they're like, oh, he wouldn't know how to talk corporate lingo, right? So your team, to me, has to be cultured. Then you could have just a Black culture team. That's a different story, right? But I think it's super important to, especially in Toronto, we have such a cheat code because you can have a Trinidadian Filipino, and they know more about Trinidad than a Trinidadian.
Right.
And she looks Filipino.
Right.
And you leave her in Trinidad, she's gonna tear Trinidad to pieces. Because they wouldn't expect for her to know what's up.
Right.
That's culture.
Right.
That's where Toronto is deadly. And I promote that even more because that's our secret sauce. How much Pakistanis do you know? I'm sure you know a few. And you could talk certain things with them. Put that Pakistani in Detroit and see what happens. They won't relate.
Right.
Because it'd be like, first of all, the Detroiter is going to be like, what are you?
Right.
How do you know that? It's friction. Here, it's accepting. So if you had that squad and you had a goal, were you the United Nations? We're gonna wet up the place and leave, and then you're like, oh man, I'm now realizing they knew what they're talking about. Right? And that's one of the gifts we have is like, I call it Caribbean Canadians as a Black person, right? Like we have superpowers at times. We just don't realize it because we've also been conditioned to idolize America.
Well,
right?
I think the quintessential example of what you're speaking of.
I think I know you're gonna go, Valeria. What are you gonna say?
Beep.
I knew you were gonna say that.
But he is, and I think that's what you said. You said superpower, and I'm like, that is his superpower, is that he is from here.
Yep, I agree.
Which has him be able to embody all these different abilities. And when I say abilities, it's just all these cultures that he's absorbed, that we've all absorbed, being here.
Because people from the outside think that that's what appropriation and this and that, and it's really us.
It's just normal.
It's like, look at our friends crew, right?
It's normal.
My friends crew's got it all.
Yeah.
And I've sat at their tables. I know there's different discussions that happen at certain tables. I know there's different things we eat, customary things.
Everything.
Right? And you've learned it all just, not even by accident, but you just learned it all.
And if you're on the outside looking in it, you just will not understand.
Won't get it.
You just will not understand until you spend a little bit of time here and you're like, oh, this is different. Ooh, I like it. I don't think I want to go back.
For sure.
It's like when you hear somebody shift from, you say something a little Jamaican or a little something, and you put on a little accent. People are like, why are you trying to do that? I'm like, I don't know, man. I was just,
That's how I feel.
what the hell are you talking about?
That's how I feel.
Stop this, All right, and it's just people from it's different, and it's cool the perspective that you give of Toronto and the States in general, and Detroit specifically. Like, it's different.
It's different, and we're in 2026, so like we don't for me, I describe it as like, I remember when my mom moved to Toronto, our neighbor was Filipino, and they became best friends because they went through this growth period as two women who are immigrants to Canada, right? So like
that shared experience.
It's a shared experience, right? Like, yo, you have sugar? Right?
Yeah.
I can borrow some sugar?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Doesn't matter if you're Trini, Pakistan, you didn't have the sugar.
You needed the sugar.
You know what I'm saying? And while you're, okay, well, come inside.
Yeah.
That come inside conversation is what Toronto is right now. Like, come inside and, so what's going on with you?
Yeah.
And, my husband this, and Ray, and boom, boom, boom. Now Toronto is that conversation of, let me borrow some sugar. Because your culture is blended, and we didn't even like blink an eye, right? Like, so I said, you know what Tagalog is? Yes, I do.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I know what it is.
I can swear in it.
Right. You know what I mean? But like, someone be like, how did you know that? And it's like, I knew that because that lady came to my house once a week. Right? And it's like, what are you saying? And she's like, I'm speaking Tagalog. Right? And it's like, oh, okay, that's what that is. And I'm 5. I'm 48. So like, I learned that at 5. There's people now being exposed to that in their 50s. So when you put in perspective, you're like, yo, the stuff we learned from the soundtrack of Toronto, cheat code. Just the soundtrack of Toronto. Right? As a kid, you have a different soundtrack than like someone who had a soundtrack in Detroit, New York, wherever. Our soundtrack was completely different.
So I'm going to go back to you speaking of the Battle Museum. What importance do you think a museum plays in our life, in society?
Good question, for real. I'm going to answer it 2 ways. One,
and I want you to answer it from your perspective.
No, for sure. No, because I like, as much as I would say that was the pivotal point in my career, because without that, none of everything I've done is happening.
Okay.
Right? But it was a very hard experience. As much as I celebrate it, I was young, that was a different version of Dion. I didn't even know what a museum culture was at that time. So for me to navigate that, it's an elitist culture.
Okay.
And I wasn't an elite person. I was a sneaker culture guy. So all of the bumps and bruises I took there, I wasn't supposed to make it out that space. So I give that as context. So why I think museums are important is during that time, what I learned is like, they allow culture to be true artifacts. So we can say, a costume is amazing. If they put, the first ever Toronto Caribana costume in the AGO, all of a sudden it's an artifact of history. They can legitimize things because that's how, again, our system is wired. Right? You and me can say, I'm going to put on a sneaker show in my barbershop. They'd be like, that's cool, but you don't have the stamp of approval of an institution saying this is legit. And shout out to Toronto again, it's like, because Toronto did that, so many other museums now look at sneaker culture as true history because it has a stamp. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the system that we live in.
Yeah.
Right? They did a show at AGO, Pictures of Hip Hop, or I forgot what it was called, right? And I thought that was interesting because, like, that wasn't accepted not too long ago.
Right. Yeah, it was just like yesterday. Yes,
it wasn't long ago, right?
Right.
Like Hip Hop 50 happened. Did they do something in Canada from Hip Hop 50? It came after Hip Hop 50. Did they integrate Canadians into the like Hip Hop 50 of the US? They didn't. The museums had an opportunity to do that here, right? Because that was a global movement.
Yeah.
So
I was actually in LA during that time.
Hip Hop 50.
And I was able to experience Hip Hop 50 Museum at
There you go.
the Grammy Museum, I think it was.
Yeah, the Grand Museum did a pop-up. Right,
Yeah.
Right.
It was.
And it's crazy, mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
So now, think about it like that, like Hip Hop 50, which isn't too long ago. Museums legitimize hip-hop by putting it in a museum, right? So I think what it does is it like, whether it's right or wrong, it legitimizes culture from an artifact perspective. So if we were to pass away tomorrow, you'd be like, I was part of, or this culture could be told a story in an exhibition because it was here. Right.
I think it's fair though. Like I mean, if speaking of it like that now, museums do represent a certain thing, and now that you're saying it like that, it's like that is their job to kind of, if they're not doing it at the time, at least do it sometime.
Yeah, to categorize culture.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay.
And then there's also like the other side. What we don't talk about is like, let's take that jersey, right? It's like if you wanted to put that jersey in a museum and make it an artifact, now you might hand it in and be like, oh, you know what, there's a thread missing, so sorry, we can't accept that, right? But going through the process actually teaches us how to archive our culture. You understand what I'm saying?
Now we're talking, okay.
Yeah, like it teaches us, oh, okay, so if I take this photo and hand it in and you're like, oh, it's wrinkled at the top, okay, we can't accept that. Now you take that photo, you're going to make sure it's crisp. So if it ever has to go in a museum, they can't say no.
Right.
That's the education that like we don't know because we weren't interested in handing those things in.
Right.
So a lot of the times they can erase culture because the education is the gap.
Shoot.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like here's a will from way back when. Oh, we can't show that because it's wrinkled here. It's going to fall apart. Okay, no problem. Now I pass that to you, and you pass it to your son, and you say, yo, if I pass, you see this?
Right.
Don't play with that.
Right.
Make sure it's crisp.
Yeah.
Right. Now he brings it to the museum, and they're like, how did you know that?
Yeah.
Put it on the wall. Mister, man. Don't play with me. Right. That's the educational gap piece that like sometimes we don't know.
Thank you for sharing that, bro, because I mean, I wouldn't even have considered that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're learning.
Yeah. Like you see
learning.
people wearing gloves with like a piece of photography.
Right.
Because you or me will be like, yo, let me see that. That's crazy. And you put your thumb on it. Can't go through. Right? And that just looks like, oh, that's no big deal. But when you go into a museum, they're wearing gloves.
That's crazy.
Anytime they touch artifacts, they're wearing gloves.
That is
right? Just a thumbprint is like, oh, can't do that. So just little things like that, like you pick up and you're like, wow, okay. Interesting. I had experiences at museums where I wanted to quit. Yeah. And it was like, when I learned those things, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to see it all the way through.
Right.
Because like the one thing you're not going to do is not allow me to learn. And that was my whole energy while I was there.
Awesome.
That is, that I like this. I enjoy this conversation. Question for you. What do you think is the biggest challenge you faced in your professional journey? And how did you overcome this? You've talked a lot about some of the hurdles and things that pop up throughout for everybody, but for you.
Yeah. I would say being what I call visibly invisible, right? Especially as I started to work in the U.S. more. And what I mean by that is like, I worked at a historically black college, right, for 5 years.
Okay.
And I'm not even trying to make this sound funny, it's real. Like my reference to historically black college was the Cosby Show.
Cosby Show, for sure.
Right?
Hillman.
As a Canadian.
Yeah.
Because we don't have historically black colleges.
Right.
I thought it was real for many years.
Right, you know what I mean? Right, so like for me, working in one, I didn't realize that like historically black college is a culture. And me working at one had never been to one. I was visibly invisible because they would see me as a black person who they thought went to a historically black college until I started speaking, right? And then it's like, hold on, so you never went to one? So now, like in this era where black people are supposed to be working together, I'm actually not one of them. Right? So like, I'm not one of them and they're not me.
Right.
But we got to work together. So that was super hard because like, it's like we talked about with Drake. I'm not one of you, right? But I can do my job. So I'm a resource to you. But push come to shove, I know I'm out here on my own.
Right.
That was probably the hardest of it all. Because like other circumstances, I had people from Toronto, I had people that I work with. When I worked at Historic Black College, it was like, you're Trini? What's that? Right? Because like when you think about like deep down south, like I don't know what that is.
Right.
How come I have a weird accent? Right. And I'm like,
because your accent is pretty weird.
Right. How come I have a weird accent? But then it's like, I don't ever say that on a call. I thought we were here to talk about business.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like those type of things where it's like, for 4 to 5 years, it was like visibly I seem like I'm one of them, but as soon as they like, are you from Toronto? You're Trinidadian? I become totally like invisible to them.
That's crazy.
And you still have to work every day and navigate it every single day. That's like the Caribbean in Detroit. Same thing. It's like so many Caribbeans in Detroit, but none of them put their hand up because they're just like, why would I?
They don't want the stress of it all.
They don't need it. And I get it. I get it. So that would be, for me, the hardest is just like doing that every single day and understanding like I'm not part of their culture, but I'm doing the work in their culture. And when I do good work, they're cool.
Right.
But I know in the back of their mind, they're like, nah, it's cool, but you ain't cool with us, you know? So like,
you are right. You are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have some genuine people who are like, just want to be interested in who you are, but they're few and far between. Like it's historically black colleges are like a culture for real, and that was the hardest for sure because it was like I'm around a whole bunch of people, but it's really just me.
For real. It says here on this piece of paper that in September, in Detroit,
right,
it's the month of design. Number one, what does that mean, and what role do you play in this?
So Detroit is a UNESCO City of Design, which is like UNESCO is like the United Nations designation to certain cities, and they designated Detroit as like one of the global cities of design. So for the whole month, they have activations, panels, in discussions, just everything dedicated to design. It's a global time for Detroit because people from all over the world are in Detroit. I have a space called Art Belonging Market, which is like the YMCA for creatives, essentially.
Okay.
You know, like we do programming, panels, micro shows. So we'll be doing something called Roots and Routes starting September 9th through November. And the idea behind it is this year we're trying to drive the conversation on what has the Caribbeans contributed to Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Caribbeans in Detroit that, like I said earlier, are just visibly invisible. So me being there and meeting more Caribbeans every day, basically, I'm like, all right, well, let me see if I could put on a program to share the narrative, meet more Caribbeans, but then also let Detroiters know, like, Caribbean culture and Detroit culture are actually very similar. It's just that we haven't explored the intersection of the two.
Okay.
So I kind of want to take that on and see, like, selfishly, you know, to meet more of my people there, but then also to, like, drive more people from Toronto to experience Detroit and more people from Detroit to experience Toronto. So this is kind of my first try at putting together like a space that I can tell stories from out of.
I'd love to go to Detroit. They just built a brand new, or they just
bridge.
Released the
bridge.
Opened up a brand new bridge.
Yeah. That you can walk or ride across.
That's the Gordie Howe Bridge?
Gordie Howe Bridge, yeah.
It's easier to get there if we need to go there and hang out in Detroit for a little bit.
I'd love to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be dope to have you guys come out and do a show. And, you know, like, I know the creatives in Detroit would love to, like, be a part of what you guys are doing because they have rich stories. One of the richest moments being in Detroit is the Raptors playing the Pistons. Basketball sport is a real culture in Detroit.
Yeah.
And Windsors can't get to Toronto, so they come to Detroit. I mean, remember I went to half the arenas people from Toronto. So I think, you know, what you guys are doing, like curating the message and the stories, and of course, the funny part is the name of your show. There's mad crazy pizza places in Detroit that I'm sure would love to be a part of what you guys got going on.
Pizza in the break room.
There you go, right? So,
if you got pizza, we got a break room.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I mean, and they play 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Right? So they're same division.
It's always a good away game. I've been to a couple of away games in Detroit. It's always a good time.
And we have the space, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have the space right now contractually till the end of the year. So if you guys ever wanted to do something in Detroit, let us know.
Okay.
You know? Could set it up, figure something out.
Okay, definitely. Definitely something we'll look into for sure. For sure.
Creatives helping creatives. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, and this is part of the creative industry, right? Like what you guys are doing, like you're just sharing people's stories and their messages, but this is creative, right? Like the setup here, this is creative stuff.
Yeah, I underestimate sometimes, honestly. Like I'm just here talking to my friend is what I think of it originally. But every now and then people walk up and they'll be like, I watch you, or I listen to some of the things that we put out, and it kind of blows my mind a little bit from that perspective. But, you know, you're right. This is a creative space where, you know, we can, I enjoy telling people or allowing people to tell their stories, right? Because I think we always say it's not an interview, really, right? It's just a conversation. And, you know, I write a couple things down on this piece of paper, but it takes us all over the place, right? And I think just being open to, you know, maybe it's that Torontonian thing, being able to tell anybody's story, I think, right? It's not, you don't get locked into certain things. People always ask me what the show is about, right? Like, what the hell's your show about? I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you want to talk about, right? Like, check it out, and we can, you know, we'll figure it out, because it almost doesn't matter. Like we had a guest the other day, and we could have leaned on his profession.
Yes.
Right? We could have just totally leaned on his, but we didn't even talk about it. We were talking that we didn't even talk about his true profession, what he would have been known about.
Got it.
Because that's not his story right now.
Right.
Right? His story right now is different. His story right now is giving back to the community, spreading the good word, a lot like you're doing now, right? Is giving people the template, like you talked about, because we didn't have that.
Right.
And showing people as
that was a strong part of his conversation.
Right? That was the biggest thing.
Was giving the template.
The template for he was indoors or in rooms, in the, like yourself, you're in rooms and saying, you know, come on in, I'll give you this chance or opportunity. What somebody does with it, somebody does with it.
And that's an important piece too, right? Like sometimes it's like, I've seen it happen way too much times. Where it's like you give someone an opportunity and they're not ready for it, or they don't take it serious, you know? And we're just at a time now where like we just can't afford that anymore, right? Like you got, you know, I bring someone into the table, you just have to be ready, because like then it just fucks up the table.
Right.
How do you dealt with artists, right? And I'm sure you dealt with a plethora. And I know that artists are very...
Yeah, they're artists.
Particular.
They're creatives.
They have their own mindset. They have their own way forward.
How do you get artists to trust you?
You got to give them rope to be themselves. Like, you almost said it without saying it. It's like you were looking for the word, right? And it's like, you gotta leave artists enough room to be themselves. So what I mean by that is like, people get frustrated. You mean you don't know how to make an invoice? You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Like you should know what an invoice looks like so you can get paid. But I need you to create the work, right? Now, there's some artists who are amazing. They want to know everything, right?
Yeah.
But if you're the singer, sing the song. Sing. Let your team take care of what you need to get done.
Right.
Right? And I think that's the biggest piece with creatives. You got to let the creative cook. But now you got to give them a structure that they could cook within.
Gotcha.
So, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so this is due September 4th. I know you're a person who's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
So for you, it's due on the 30th, knowing that it's going to be done on the 4th. Right? So it's almost like you got to know who you're dealing with. Because if you're pressuring them, then they're not going to cook the right way. So and all of them are different, right? They're all different. So it's just like having a child, right? So it's like, okay, well, I can't deal with this child the same way I'm going to deal with that child. But when it comes to creatives, you just got to know their mind is wired differently. Otherwise, I can't draw. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do what they do.
Yeah.
So you can't ask them to be like, oh, you know what? Draw this straight line. And they're like, what?
I don't do straight
I
lines.
don't do straight lines.
All right.
What are you talking about? But you're forcing them to do straight lines. That's why a lot of them don't do well in corporate. Right? Because like, you got to be here at 9 and leave at 5. And they're like, I don't even know what that means. They're like, A, I'm never going to do that. B, I need to smoke a spliff at lunchtime and you're going to smell it. And if you don't know how to manage that, you're going to lose that person. Because some artists is like, I'm not a man who smokes, but like, you got to let them to string because they know how to manage them.
Yeah.
Right? Like their creativity.
They know where their art comes from.
They know where their art comes from. I got to manage you.
Yes.
So we don't mess up. Right? And that's how I usually deal with them. Like, all right, man, cool. That's what you want? Like my joke, also you have a particular cologne today. Okay. That's what you're doing? But at least tell me you're going to wear that cologne because we have to go meet Foot Locker. And Foot Locker doesn't understand the cologne. I do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Like Foot Locker don't understand that.
You're the translator, yo.
Right. So like we could argue right now till we're blue in the face. Put on, you can't do that, bro. They'd be like, all right, dude, all right, cool. Next time they're ready. But I'm not saying don't smoke.
They come in wearing weeds for men.
You know what I'm saying?
Weeds home.
Weeds home. You know what I mean? Right. I got it on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Those pure tester models, guy.
but like that's the type of stuff I mean where you're like, you give them the string.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't smoke, but like, yo, let's get this done. Right?
Yeah.
So,
we were talking the other day about the power moving more towards the creator. So before it was the man and the corporation, and now what was that? We were talking about the World Cup, and I think I Show Speed. He had exclusive rights to do it, and Fox was just in the corner, and he beat out Fox or whatever.
yeah.
How, do you see that, the power? Like, what is that shift, or how does that shift look in your world? With the power being, just like you say, right? You got to manage this guy because he's the creator. You got to give him the rope. How is that working on a bigger level?
Yeah, I think on a bigger level, creative directors are going to be slowly taking the places of CEOs. So like there's kind of like a new role where it's like you're the creative director / CEO. So the people who are running corporations are going to be forced to understand creative thinkers. Whereas before you didn't have to have that because just dollars and cents.
Right.
But your dollars and cents are being driven by creativity.
Right.
So it's almost like you're flipping it upside down where like creators don't want to learn finance, but finance needs to learn creativity in order for corporations to compete. Otherwise, you know, big corporations are going to lose 2 small businesses, right? Because like take us 3 and there's a hole in a juggernaut like Nike. The benefit we have, we don't have any processes.
Right.
If we want to do it, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
And
Yeah.
we're doing it now.
Right.
If that person wants to do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 weeks
Yes.
before they can even have the conversation. Never mind, okay.
Yes. We can wake up tomorrow.
To wake up tomorrow, boom, online, bang. And we just ate Nike's food. And you're like, and they're like, yo, how are we moving with these guys?
Right.
They're so nimble. And collectively, we're the CEO. There's no CEO.
Right.
You know, I was just watching something online, off topic, but on topic,
Right.
in regards to be able to move and be nimble. All of the department stores are closing down. Sears, Eaton's, the Bay, everything that we knew as
department stores. Yeah.
as department stores. And while they're closing down, Winners is growing. And it was like, why? And it's because the way that they operate in a manner where they're not structured to have every store be the same, and September is going to look like this. Tomorrow is going to be tomorrow. And that is what is allowing them to grow and be successful, is that they don't have to spend the money on the flyers. They don't have to spend the money on on all these things that Bay and all these other companies that we're used to had to spend their money on, or felt that they had to spend their money on. And like we said, the process is
so different, man.
Even though Winners has their particular process, it's not a process that limits them to what limited these guys that has caused them to now fail. And their structure is not a structure that can just flip and be like Winners now.
It's almost impossible. Like, so I did work with Winners, but was just, well, TJX. So TJX, and then I did some work with HomeSense. So one of my artists had work in HomeSense.
Okay.
And he did a Jordan sneaker. And I was like, there's no way that we could present this because, like, copyright, they're going to murder us, right? And when we presented it, they're like, we want that one. And I was like, you're going to take the Jordan with the Nike logo and the Jordan logo on the painting? And they're like, absolutely, 100. And I was like, my mind was blown, because I was like, aren't you guys scared of, like, the lawyers coming for you? And I learned they have a hunter model. And what that means is, like, they have over 1,500 stores in Canada, right? So they buy 100 of those, and they go like this. Wherever it lands, it lands. But I couldn't tell you what store it's in.
Right.
So if the Nike guy's looking, can't find it.
Right.
Can't find it. Because you can't be like, it's at Dufferin Mall, Target, aisle 7. There's 100 of these. Your lawyer's pulling up.
Right.
You might buy one and be like, yo, I seen it at Dufferin Mall.
You can't get it again.
And then you're like, yo, go catch the next one. It's like, oh, it's not here. Brilliant. Brilliant strategy. Because that's why you go in Winners sometimes and you're like, yo, there's this amazing jean jacket. And it's like, yo, I'm going to go get it. And you can't find it.
Can't get it.
It's gone. Right? That's their whole strategy.
Yeah.
So to your point, you're right, man. Like, that's... Winners is kicking ass, you know, like as a corporation, they figured it out. Yeah, but there's a real opportunity for, like, small businesses to really, like, cut the Achilles heel of, like, some of the juggernauts that we know. Another thing that's happening is people who work for Puma, the Nike, the da-da-da-da, they're getting let go. Someone who worked at Nike for 30 years no longer works there.
Right.
Now, the benefit of that is they know all the Nike tricks. So imagine all three of us got let go and we were doing Nike's podcast. We will murder Nike.
Yes.
Because we have all of the tools.
Right.
Yes.
And we have no one to ask permission.
Right. We can just go.
We can just go, and we know that they can't go.
Right.
Yes.
So your homie that is like, yo, man, it was nice working with you, right? And he has to be like, oh, man, they're going to murder us now. Because, like, he knows the tricks.
He's like, I ain't ready. He's like,
he knows the tricks, right? I don't have to. They don't have to ask permission no more. Oh, this is crazy. So, it's an interesting time, man. Interesting time.
Culture. What do you tell? What would you, if you're in a room with a bunch of youths? What are you telling them now? What's your message to a bunch of youths? Any message?
Team up.
Yeah.
Don't look at each other as competitors. Look at each other as collaborators. Don't compete with one another. I would say understand that co-opetition is probably the most important thing for young people to understand. Is that like
say that word again?
Co-opetition.
Co-opetition.
Love it.
Yeah, co-opetition. Like I wish people taught. Like I was doing it naturally with my homies, but like to understand what it truly means is like as a young person, everyone would have went so much further. Right? Like I'm gonna compete with you, but we're gonna collaborate to go further together. Right? And like sometimes I'm gonna win, but I'm not gonna win at the expense of you. I'm gonna win at the expense of me pulling you up to get as good as I am, or for me to get as good as you are.
Right.
That way we're always good. Right? And we weren't trained like that. We're trained to compete against each other versus like, let's collaborate and compete. Right? If we're going to New York for a basketball tournament, I want to be one, and I want you, but I want you to be two. And you want to be one, and you want me to be two. I don't want no one else to be 1 and 2. Right. So I'm going to look out with you, but if we meet at the finals, I'm coming for your head. Right. Like if we have to play against each other, that's what I want. And for us to make it through these channels, I'm gonna give you all the cheat codes. But let it become between me and you. You're my guy.
You know who that is?
You know?
You know who that is?
I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say.
Who?
No, you tell me. I'm gonna write it down. Go ahead.
Shay and Nikhil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's them.
That's that.
That's them.
Yeah.
It sounds like them.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be. Right? And look where they are.
Yep.
Right. Side by side.
Side by side.
Still. Battling.
As you should.
Battling together.
Because you see, they're battling together, and then when they start to battle against each other, they're battling. You get elbows,
you're going
throat
at it.
chops.
But when the game's done, like, yo, where you gonna go eat today?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we need to.
Where's my nephew?
Right. Right. But you're still vexed, right? But you're like, I'd rather lose to you.
Yes.
Right? Because now both of them are pulling each other up.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that iron sharpens iron or something like that?
Iron sharpens iron.
Something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
I got a war paint. What else you got?
Well, I need to know. You're talking to some youths, and they say to you, "What are the top 5 sneakers?" And you're a man that knows sneakers. Tell me your top 5 sneakers.
Oh, man. I really hate this question. But
I figured he would, but that's our top 5 sneakers that are going in Dion's museum.
There we go.
There we go. Top 5
sneakers
going in Dion's
I would say
museum.
It's funny, man. I mean, I think Bo Jackson's
All right.
would be one because he was a two-way athlete for me as a young person. S. Carter's Jay-Z sneaker. Because
I knew I liked this guy, man.
Yeah.
He's pandering, bro. He's pandering to you right now.
Yeah.
He did some research. He knows that
No. But I'm gonna give you a reason why.
Yeah,
because,
talk to the people, man.
Jay-Z is one of the only entertainers that owns his own last. So a last is how you make the sneaker, right? So basically, a last is your IP.
Okay.
In music, it would be called your what do you call it? Like having your not your rights, but what do you call it?
Not the original.
Like you own
Masters.
Yeah. So he owns the last to his sneaker that was made with Reebok, which means Reebok can't remake the sneaker without him saying it's okay. Celebrities never did that before.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
I would say Jordan 1s, just because of the ignorance of like, I'm gonna wear this and I paid. I paid the fine ahead of time.
Okay.
You know, I would say New Balance 574s.
New Balance 574s.
Just as like a model, just because to me like it doesn't get enough respect as a sneaker because that is the ultimate color collab sneaker. We're like, and it's a poor man sneaker. Like I remember buying 2 for $39. Right when I couldn't get Jordans, like I'd go to the U.S. and I'd get a red and black for a red and black hat and a blue and right, but no, and everyone would be like, "Yo, what are those?" So for me, that's like this true beginning of the culture.
Wow.
For me,
Okay.
Like, I couldn't afford Jordans, but I could get 2 for $39.
Yeah.
and I could still look fresh, and no one be like, "Where did you get those?"
You can't get 2 for $39. You can't even get 1 for $39. You can't.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You can't
Like
even get
back
shoelaces
then.
for $39.
Can't even get a bushel
that's
of
4
apples
pairs.
for $39. This guy. That's 4, yes.
I'm trying to think.
You got Bo Jacksons, S. Carters, Jordan 1s, and New Balance 574s.
I'm trying to see. I'll throw a bone. I would say Vashti's Jordans, 'cause the purple ones. I think they're Jordan 3s. Just to throw a female designer in there. I think like it was really cool to see a female be able to design Jordans. I know I gave Jordan a lot of love, but yeah, I would say Vashti's off the top of my head.
Okay.
Shoot. I couldn't even name 5 different shoe companies, guy. There's 5 shoe companies? Shit.
Right. But New Balance for sure. Like the more I think about it,
yeah.
Because like if you think about it right now, like a lot of people wearing New Balance for comfort and for style.
Yeah.
Like I think that used to be the ultimate dad shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Now people are wearing it for style. So, you know.
I would be remiss if we don't find out who your top 5 basketball players are right now. Not the top 5 that are, but the top 5 to you. Your favorite 5.
This is rough, man. I would say Jordan for sure, Kobe, AI, Shaq. I could keep going, but I'll throw a little bit of something different, and Penny. Yeah.
Penny.
Like, I think Penny doesn't get enough respect.
He doesn't.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
when
true.
Jordan left basketball, I stopped watching.
Yeah.
And then when Penny came around, I was like, who's this?
Yeah, Penny was nice, man.
He was a beast.
He was a beast. Like, he's never part of the conversation, ever. But, like,
He was revolutionary. At the
I didn't
time.
really like, I wasn't a Kobe fan, but I was a fan of what Kobe did.
Right.
Same. Yeah.
You know?
That's how I feel about LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron to me is... LeBron is...
I'm not a fan of LeBron, but I can appreciate.
I appreciate everything that he's been able to do for the game.
Yeah.
But for me, LeBron is, what's the right word? He's a fashion basketball player.
Fashion.
Right? And that, like, when LeBron's, like, first of all, you had to jump teams to win a championship.
Facts.
Right? So I didn't like that. But then he became the person that understood the business of basketball.
Yeah.
And then he started playing into it. Where it's like, we're taking a picture together. Like, all that, come on, man. Like, you just ruined the game. I'm not taking a picture with the guy I'm playing against. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming for your head. We could later do that. But the top of the game, no, we're not. Like, what are we doing? You know, I don't understand, like, what's happening. And you're smiling, and yo, are we at the YMCA? I don't understand what's happening. Like, what?
A lot of players talk about that with him when they talk about him with
That's the piece that. That's the piece that I don't get.
It's how he just
like fashion.
treated it differently like that from that perspective.
I was in Detroit. One of the funniest moments recently too, because they love LeBron in this barbershop that I go to.
Okay.
And this barber, he's mad funny. He could be on like Comic View funny, right? So everyone's talking about LeBron and the championship against Golden State. And LeBron, and the guy goes, yeah, that was a pretty good series. That was a pretty good series where LeBron assisted Kyrie to win a championship. Yo, when I say the whole place got wet, it was hilarious. And everyone's like, what did you say? And he's like, what? LeBron helped Kyrie win a championship. LeBron didn't win no championship. And I was like, yo, you're brave to say that in here.
Yeah, I'd go into that barbershop and I'd say that Steph Curry was the best player in the LeBron James era.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I got. He's not even the best player in his era.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean,
LeBron's big up to LeBron, but Steph
the truth is,
did some shit.
He should, like, even if you want to argue that or just go a step further, Olympics. Steph Curry showed the world, like, yo, you have big LeBron.
I got this.
Yeah, I wet up the whole place.
That was
nuts. That was the one where you're like, okay, it's
a me, man.
That was nuts.
Yeah, like when you rewatch it, you're like, oh, you're sick in your head. Like you're sick in your head.
Yeah.
Like what he did, you're like, yo, you're not well, man.
Yeah.
And remember, it's not like he's playing with Golden State. Like you're playing with studs.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, give me the ball.
LeBron on the wing, KD on the wing. Me.
Move yourself out the way. Let me do this.
Yeah, give me a second.
And they allowed him to. It wasn't like, yo, I want some of this. It's like, no. That boy about to do something. Leave him, let him do his thing. That's when I said, you see, no one can say anything about
Those are the moments where you see. It was like when, what was it, at the 75th anniversary of basketball? Whatever, the last big special celebration of basketball, and all of them are there, and then Jordan walks.
Oh, and he's the guy.
And everybody just,
like,
everybody
Jesus
stops and turns, right? Like when you're in the room of the people that are supposed to be in the room, and the people in the room turn to that person, right?
Jesus is here.
Hey. Everybody.
That was it.
Yeah. All right. So
that Steph Olympic moment, what people don't pay attention to, which is mad funny. Look at Steve Kerr's reaction. Like, if you watch it tonight, you're gonna be like, "Yo, this is crazy." Because Steve Kerr, like, there's one part where he's like, "Yo," and he just sits down.
It's my guy here.
He's like, "Oh, you're doing one of these again?"
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. Let me just sit down.
He's on one, KD. Sorry, man.
He's like, let me just sit down. It's all right. Like, it's over. Like, you've seen this so many times.
Yeah. Crazy. It's your camera thing. All right. Are you going to do your thing? Because on the show right now, Dion is here, and he's going to experience our War Paint Journal moment. There's a page on Instagram that seems to resonate with us a little bit, and we read this passage and talk about the message. So we'll see if it aligns with what we're talking. Usually it aligns with what we're talking about during the day. I pre-selected this one. We'll see how it goes. He's going to do this wild thing. Watch this now.
War! I know what type of thing the boy preaching. How about that reaching? And this week on the War Paint Journal.
All right. As people grow older, they realize that almost everything important reveals itself through action. Dignity appears in what they refuse to tolerate. Care appears in what someone consistently does. Accountability appears in what changes after a mistake. Belonging appears in how much of themselves they can remain intact. Courage appears when a decision leaves the mind and enters real life. Standards become real when they cost access. Hope becomes wisdom when it stops arguing with evidence. Forgiveness becomes healthy when it no longer requires self-abandonment. The body notices what the heart tries to excuse. Ultimately, a meaningful life is built not from intentions or promises, but from what repeatedly becomes behavior.
That's big.
All right.
That's big.
All right. Talk to me about that, fellas. What do you guys think about when you guys listen to that?
You're still processing.
No, it's just the part where, like, even just the ending, it just ends on the bang. It's like the repeated behavior is what your life is going to be ultimately all about.
Standard operating procedure.
Standard operating procedures.
We asked that question the other day. It's like, what's your standard operating procedure at the end of the day? All right, in business, you write down this stuff all the time. What is it? But if you woke up one morning and said, what's Dion's standard operating procedure? Right? Like, what would you write that? How would you write that for yourself? It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is crazy, man. I mean, one of the things I think what you just said was that hit was like action. You know, it's like putting action and movement together is so powerful because a lot of times we think about concepts, ideas that in your life, in outside world, whatever. I always say to my team of people, it's like, yo, what's the action though? Right? Because that's truly how things move, right? And as humans, whether we believe it or not, our body's made for movement. It's not made to sit still.
Okay.
Right? So like action and movement are actually a natural way of doing the best thing for yourself as a human.
Yes.
That's what we're constructed to do, move. Right?
For real. Anything exciting for you?
No, just listen to what he's saying right now.
Right.
I had a little break earlier today. I walked to the park, went on the jungle gym, held the bars, and was just moving my body on the bar. And it's like lifting my legs, moving like 2 minutes. And as I was walking back, I'm like, that movement was fantastic.
Yeah, it makes a difference, man. Yeah, it makes a difference.
Movement was fantastic.
No, that's crazy. Some of these, and they give us like one-liners after this. So one says, accountability must change the next moment. It can't end at the apology. Right? You got to figure it out. You gotta, right? Like you got to
action again. Same thing.
Right?
Right.
Belonging must make room for your whole person. It can't depend on how well you edit yourself.
That's big.
Shit, son.
That's some real stuff right there.
Belonging must belong to your whole person. It can't depend on how well you edit yourself.
Belonging must make room for your whole person. Right?
Person.
It can't depend on how you edit yourself.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna pick another one here.
That's big.
Right? Standards must have consequences. They can't remain thoughts you betray under pressure. Standards must have consequences. They can't remain thoughts you betray under pressure. So you got to hold to your stuff.
Which isn't easy.
Right? It's like it's tough, and I mean,
it's got to have consequences. Standards have to have consequences,
right?
Because if the standards don't have consequences, they ain't really got standards.
Yeah, they're nothing.
Yeah. Right? Nothing. Right? If you break every time, if you're like, don't worry about it. You know, you gotta hold true to it.
I mean, even you holding true to it means you might lose some friends, you might lose some family because I got these standards, and the consequence of me having these standards means that I might lose these relationships.
That's a huge, like what you just said there is huge because like as we get older, as you have new goals, you have new versions of yourself, we naturally think everything's gonna stay the same, right? And like parents, children, all the things, right? Like we're all individuals.
Yes.
Right? Like you can't take everyone with you. You know? And it's a hard thing to digest.
Yes.
You know? Because like we weren't built like that. Right? So that one hits home a lot because like sometimes, you know, I've had some crazy experiences where I get to meet people and you're like, damn, like you're ice cold. But then when you sit with them, they're like, actually, I'm not. Like when I'm in this mode,
right,
my circle is the size of a dot. But when I'm in this mode, it's a good time.
Different story.
Right?
I hear that.
And it's just like interesting because like the way that their mind works at that time, you're like, oh, like they're logged in, super logged in.
Right.
But then when they come out of it, they're cool. Right?
Yeah. Crazy.
So yeah.
I saw this Instagram post yesterday. This girl was talking about like she's become an influencer, and she said that she created herself a persona. She's like, Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. These other people have these other people. And she's like, I am now responsible for a whole bunch of people. I'm doing these great things. I deal with companies. Me, like her real self,
her human self, right?
Couldn't do that.
Right.
But this persona that she has developed
can
do all these things.
Yikes.
That's scary, but it's real. Because like the gap in between is the concerning part.
Yes.
Like how do you nurture your real self? Because I say this all the time, like we live in a digital world more than we live in a real world, right? Like that's the reality of 2026 and where we're going.
And she kind of broke it down scientifically too, saying like the real her will not be able to present a certain way because her nervous system will kind of
break it
try
down
to protect that person. Whereas now when she's in her character, the nervous system is not dealing with, like now she's just in a character dealing with the situations.
It's scary to me, man.
You want to know what this next one says? This is what it sounds like what you're saying.
Go ahead, let's see what you got.
It says comfort must restore you. It can't keep making your life smaller.
Right. I like that.
Right?
I like that. You have to charge up.
Right. Comfort must restore you. It can't keep making your life smaller. Anywho. Damn. These are good ones. So these usually resonate with us, Mr. Dion, sir.
No, those are tight. Those are good things to end your day on.
Right?
Make you ponder, you know?
All right, ending our day today. We talked a lot about culture in general. I wrote down here that there's a lot of people that say they do it for the culture. what's your mission statement of or for the culture? What is Dion looking to do for the culture or doing for the culture?
I'll answer that two ways. I think
Yes, sir.
providing opportunities and platforms for people to be recognized where typically they wouldn't is one of the missions for me in the culture. I said one of the more important ones, and I'll shout out one of my teammates, LB, because this is more hers than mine, but it just sounds so crispy, and she's actually educated me on it more.
Right.
For the culture is like getting rid of clout, you know, like if we could focus on clout less and focus on clarity more, I think our culture would be in a better place. What LB said, and this is her quote on mine, is like, clout makes things cloudy. So if you're focused on clout, you're naturally going to be in a cloudy place. If you're focused on clarity, it's in its word.
Right.
Right? So the more we can focus on just being clear it is on what we got to do out here as a culture, we're good.
Wicked. Wicked.
Thank you, Mr. Dion.
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all having me on the show.
No,
Dion Walcott, Martk'd.
There you go.
Thank you for joining Pizza in the Break Room, episode 152. Tita Hasha, Couture J. One time.
Peace, y'all.
Yo, we forgot to shout out Dami.
Yeah. Dami. The plug.
What's that? Dami was what? I don't know. Whatever. But big up to the plug. 147. There we go. Something like that.
No, this is good, man. You guys have a good thing going, man, for real.
Appreciate that, man. We had a good time.
Nah, this was dope.